Hello, welcome or welcome back, and today I'm going to be working on a new cover for my manga, since I did one previously, and I'll show up here. While I don't hate it, I also don't love it, and I kind of want to try a more painterly style, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I did start thinking about the cover, just very briefly, so I started doing some sketches, because while the cover I did previously, I think it's alright. I just want to try a different style. I do want to try and go for the more painterly sort of style for the cover. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'll probably, when I actually print the little book, I think I'll probably include like the other drawing I did in it anyways as a some part of some little extra pages. But I want to switch it up. So I did start doing some sketches. I kind of want it to have sort of a similar vibe to it, have the obviously main character Cassiel, and I want parts of the angel. So this is kind of what I settled on. I did think about doing more of a close-up, but I think getting a bit, you probably can't even tell what that is, but it's supposed to be him and he's sort of melding with an angel at the bottom. Yeah, sort of like that. I do quite like how then I can do the text around it as well. It'll fit nicely. So I want that for like the front cover. I need to figure out what I want to do for the back cover. I think I might just, that's the front, I might just do a little switch. So like an angel head's coming down and there's a bit of blood, and then you've got like the text and stuff. So I might do it like that, so there's at the front cover it's heavy there, and then on the back it's heavy there. I think that might be more fun. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try and draw a bit of a neater version of it, sketch it out, and then take it to digital. Stick with something like this and have like on the back have the sort of jaw of the angel come off the side. I like this, but I think I'm gonna change this pose to something more like this, just a bit more dynamic. I don't know, get a bit of movement in there. I'll see how it goes when I actually do the final image, but yeah, that's kind of like the general idea. I don't really want to do a massive like really detailed sketch, since a lot of the angel parts it will just be very fluid and just sort of meaty, I don't know. So I think I'm gonna just stick with that for the rendering and just get it done then. So I don't know, I feel like I might just lose my mind a little bit when I'm doing this, since I know I'm just gonna want it to be just how I imagined it, but it's probably not gonna go like that. I think I'm just gonna get angry at myself, but we're gonna try for it anyways. And cue the time lapse. With this one I actually ended up filming the whole thing, so you can see me doing the sketch and the rendering and all that, so that's quite nice. I think I did forget to press record at one point for like, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so, but apart from that, like the whole process pretty much there anyways. When I sat down to start working on this digitally, I got this done in the one day. I started and finished it, which was actually really amazing. I was really happy with that, since the whole process actually went a bit smoother than I expected it. Since usually when it comes to like digital painting, I just get frustrated a lot, but with this one, I think because like the themes of it, just the image, it gets quite flowy, so in a way the rendering was made easier just because of that. And overall, I am actually fairly happy with the image itself. I think maybe I could have changed a few bits about his face in the end, but honestly, I think it actually looks alright. And I think I do prefer this one to the image I had made earlier. This is more of what I sort of imagined. Yeah, you can see here on the screen on the right, I'm using a reference for one of the drawings I made for my chapter 2, and it's one, the angel head, and I ended up using that actual same image when I did the part of the back cover. So I literally took my image I had done previously and just drew over it and painted over it on the cover. So that did save me a bit of time instead of just like drawing it from scratch. And I did quite like how it looks in the end as well. For this image, I started with the grayscale because I knew I was going to work with gradient maps and then paint over it anyways, since I know I wanted the cover to have some sort of cohesive colour scheme. I wasn't quite sure what exactly I wanted that to be, but that's why I thought if I do the grayscale, I can then later just play around with colours a lot easier. So that's what I did, and I think it worked out alright. Honestly, it's been quite fun getting back into more just painting in general, since I've been just working on the manga pages that I only really just do the drawings. So it was quite a nice change of pace to do something like this for a change. The reason why I wanted to redo the cover like now was because I did mention in my previous video, I think, is because with the 5 chapters, that's kind of when I always thought I could think about getting the like first little book printed, which I got really excited about, obviously. So, and I have the 5 chapters done, so that's when I did the cover. The only thing is, chapter 5, I kind of felt like the way it ends, it isn't that, I don't know, it feels a bit anticlimactic. So I think what I'm going to do instead is do another chapter, because in chapter 6 we do actually get to see the main villain of the story like face to face, and I feel like that's just a much better way to end the volume compared to what happens at the end of chapter 5. So, and the 6th chapter isn't as long as the others. I've already started working on it, so I don't think should take me crazy long to finish. So I think when I get that one done, that's when I can actually put everything together properly and then print the damn thing. Like, as excited I am to have the actual like physical copy of a book, I think it's better if I just wait a little bit and just get it done, and then I'll have a nice good ending to the first volume. I have had a look online, see where I could actually get it printed from, and I think I'm gonna go with Mixam. I don't know, it seems the best. And when I had a look at some of the sizing options, I think I'm just gonna do it in like a B6 size. I think that's like a regular standard one. So, but the problem with that is, obviously when I drew the manga, I did it in a bigger size so I can just shrink it down. Anyways, because I think when I draw it, I do it B4 size if I remember correctly. So I'll just need to shrink it down a bit, which is fine. But what I did find is that, because obviously Eclipse Studio is a Japanese program, so a lot of the presets they have is based on the Japanese standard, and I think the US standard, what like Mixam or just the European standard, I don't know the details, but basically it's slightly different, which is a bit frustrating, but you know, doesn't matter, since you know you can still set up your own pages, you know, with your own sizes and guides and all that, so it's not really that much of a problem. What I know will take me the longest time though, I think, is the fact that the first chapter of my story, I think I didn't really format it correctly the first time around anyway, so I think there's a lot I need to sort out with that one, and that's probably going to take me the longest time. The other chapters, I think they should be fine to like resize down anyways. They shouldn't be much of a problem. It's just the first chapter I feel like that's going to give me more of the headache. You know, honestly, when I was trying to understand like all like the different sizes and any sort of trim sizes and all that, it just, honestly, it gives me such a headache. I don't think I really understand it at all. All I know is I'm working in B4, which is good if I would then want to shrink down, because obviously I can't work from small and then scale it up. That's not going to work. So better to work big and shrink it down to whatever I need afterwards. So all in all, I'm actually really excited for this, and hopefully I can get it printed soon. I don't know, maybe within the next 3 months. I hope so anyways. I just want to hold it. Just have a physical copy. I love books anyway, so it'll be nice if I can put like something I've made on my shelf, you know? I think when I finish the next chapter, I might end up changing around like the sort of text I later put on the back cover, just to add in sort of what had happened in the last chapter. I'm not sure yet. So some of these things might change a little, but I think what you'll see in the end will pretty much be the final cover. And I think that's kind of about all I really have to say. So I hope you stay tuned, and I hope I get this done soon. And I hope you follow along with more of the journey for this story and many more to come, because I've got more ideas. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.